Welcome, this is Patrick with another simple but very effective strategy. You're gonna love me for this one. I'm going to give you the strategy, rules, and then the settings. The rules are so simple, you only have two rules. Now, for the first rule, rule number one, if you look right here on this part, you have two moving averages. The blue one, whether it's blue or navy blue, whatever the color is, let's call it blue. The blue one and the green one. Now the blue one is the RSI moving average, and the green one is just a simple moving average. Now the rule is this: whenever the blue moving average cross the green moving average, just know it is a snipper entry. If it is coming from above and crossing to the downside, to the downside, you sell. For example, right at this point, the blue moving average crossed the green moving average going to the lower side. So as you can see, I have entered a sell, and look how perfect this entry is. Now, if the blue moving average cross the green moving average going to the upper side, you buy. For example, right here, you could have found an entry somewhere right here, and you could have found an entry somewhere right here. And look how perfect this entry is. Alright, that was the first rule. We are going to look for more examples, but let's just move on to rule number two. Now, rule number two is this. Still on the RSI, you have three lines: the 30 line level, the 50 line level, and the 70 line level. I have labeled these lines. The 30 line level is the oversold, the 70 line level is the overbought. That simply means that at the 30 line level, a buy can happen at any time. Market can just reverse and move to the upper side. And on the 70 line level, market can move to the downside or can sell at any side at any time. Okay, now the rule is this: if it happens that you find, let's say you find a sell entry on the lower side. If you find a sell entry below the 50 line level, make sure you don't hold that sell for too long. It means price is closer to its oversold level. It might reverse anytime. For example, right here, the blue line crossed the green line, but it happened on the lower side of the 50 level, which means this trade, we are not supposed to hold it for too long. We are supposed to treat it as a scalp trade. We are in, we are out, because the market might reverse at any time as it is approaching its oversold level. And if you look on the candles, really you can see that this trade did not last. Let's look for another example. We'll just move right here. Another cross happened and it was below the 50 line level, and surely the trade did not go much further to the lower side. This is because it was now approaching its oversold level. So if you find a sell below the 50 line, just know price might reverse at any time. So you treat it like a scalp trade. It's the same for the buy setup. If you find a buy setup on the upper side of the 50 line level, don't hold it for too long. Here is an example. Don't hold it for too long. Like here, the blue moving average crossed the green line but it happened on the upper side of the 50 level. So we enter the trade, but we don't hold for too long. We treat it like a scalp trade. And really, if you look on the candles, the buy trade did not last. Yes, it went into profit, but it did not last. So those are the only two rules. Please listen to this video again and again until you understand them clearly. The first one, whenever the blue line crosses the green line, it is a trade. You take a trade. But if it is a buy and it has happened on the upper side of the 50 line level, make sure you make it a scalp trade. If it is a sell and it happened on the lower side of the 50 line level, you don't hold it for too long. You make it a scalp trade. You make it a scalp trade because it's not going to last. It is already approaching its oversold level. Now, the trades that you hold for long are the trades whereby you find a buy trade or a buy setup on the lower side of the 50 line level. Let me just use this example, even though it's not so clear, but right here the blue moving average crossed the green and it happened on the lower side of the 50 line level. You could hold this trade for quite longer. You could hold this trade for quite longer. Now let me just make a short example. Let's say you entered this trade and you put your stop loss right here. You entered the trade. Where is the entry? It's right here. Look at this snipper entry. You entered the trade right here. You could have entered maybe at this point. Let's just scroll and see. Look at that. Look at how far this trade went. Look at how far this trade went. Upward. This strategy is so powerful, guys. I think I'm going to be trading it on the following week. Now, without any waste of time, let me just give you the settings for the strategy. All right. Let me just give you the settings. We only have two moving average or two things to insert: the green moving average and the RSI. So we will start with the RSI. You come to the indicators button. Now you might also like these other cool strategies in my channel. I will leave their links in this video's description. Very cool strategies. Please check them out. For the RSI, make sure it's period 13, apply to close, and then the style, I have made it that color that I couldn't pronounce. I was calling it blue. It looks like royal blue. And now for the levels, here are the levels. You have 50, 30, and 70, and you write the descriptions right there. Right there. Now, let's go back. You click done after setting this, and you come to this F again. Make sure you set this moving average on indicator window 1, not on the main chart. You insert it right here on indicator window 1. You come to indicator window 1 and then you add this moving average. Period 35. Make sure it's simple moving average. It's not exponential. You usually find exponential on this stuff, but make sure it's a simple one. And apply to first indicators data. Apply to first indicators data. The style, you can put a color that you like. I have selected green, and after setting this, you are good to go. Just click done and you will have this. This is MT4. This is MT4 step. The zoom level is the second step. So you zoom out, step 1, step 2. This is the second step. All right. And I hope I'm not leaving out anything. Please remember to subscribe. I always share cool stuff. Remember to subscribe. For the time frame, this is M15. You can try other time frames. You can trade any currency pair. Please watch this again and again until you understand it. Until then, thank you for watching. I'll be back with another cool video. Let's trade. Let's enjoy trading. Thank you.